In this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 10 best cards right now in NBA 2K23 My Team. You guys can let me know in the comment section down below what is your guys' top 10 cards in the game currently, your top 5 or your top 3, and then of course let me know what you guys would change about my top 10 cards in the game. But before we get into my top 10, I do want to give some quick honorable mentions that I think really have an argument to be the 10th best card in the game over Dark Matter Lonzo Mourning. Cards like Kristaps, Ron Artest, Hero MJ, I think all have the chance, even Dark Matter Steve Smith, are going to be my honorable mentions. I think you can definitely put them over Alonzo Mourning, but after using this card in game and just taking a look at his stats and his badges and his animations, I think Alonzo Mourning is slightly better than those cards, not by a huge margin obviously, because Kristaps, Steve Smith, Ron Artest, Hero MJ are still some of the best cards in the game. So let me know if you guys would put those type of cards over a card like Alonzo Mourning. But I think he's so elite at the power forward position, being 6'10" with a 7'6" wingspan. So yes, his height might be a tad bit shorter compared to some of the other power forwards in the game, but he's going to have a great player model and a 7'6" wingspan. His defensive stats are elite across the board, pretty much 97 in every single defensive category, like at least a 97. And then he's also got a 95 driving dunk, 95 standing dunk. The card just has amazing all-around stats and badges. But that's not the craziest thing about Alonzo Mourning. It's the fact that he's got the John Wall base with the Rudy Gay upper on very quick timing, is such a good jump shot and super easy to green. And then he's also got the D-Mitch size up. He's got the tray escape. He's got a really elite dribble sigs for a power forward card. He's also got quick drops off one, some good dunk packages. He's got great defensive tendencies with a 97 contest shot and a 97 block shot, that I do think he's the second best power forward in the game currently and the 10th best card. At the number 9 spot though is going to be Dark Matter KG. I think for me personally, 9 all the way through 1 I think is like set in stone for me 100%. These are my top 9 cards in the game. Number 10 I think really can be Alonzo Mourning, Kristaps, Steve Smith, MJ, Ron Artest, probably a lot of other cards in the game as well. But I think my number 9 through 1, at least for me personally, these are going to be my top 9 cards. 1000% is going to be Dark Matter KG at the number 9 spot. A very elite two-way card in the game. The fact that he's 6'11", 7'2" wingspan, has a great player model in game, and can also play shooting guard and small forward. I do think he's probably the second best small forward in the game. But I do like the fact that he can also play shooting guard, and you can kind of run a little bit different of lineups with him at the shooting guard spot. He's an amazing defender. He's just like a better Bill Russell type of card, is the way that I've always compared KG to other small forwards in the game. It's just Bill Russell with better offense. Having the LaMelo Ball base, the KG up around very quick timing is a much better jump shot than what Bill Russell has. And he's also got amazing dribble sigs with the De'Aaron Fox size up, the Chris Paul escape. He's got quick drops off one and some very solid defensive tendencies. So all around, I think Dark Matter KG gonna be the 9th best card in the game. At the number 8 spot is gonna be the Hero Jokic, who I think has dropped a lot, at least for me in my top 10 ranking. I used to think he was the best card in the game. I've used this card a little bit more and seen him in game, and yes, he's still super amazing, and it's crazy to say, but number 8 compared to number 1 is really not that big of a gap. And that's the thing with the top 10 cards in the game, is they are so close in level. But the more that I've seen Jokic in game, I just don't know, it's something about this card that I really don't think is as good as I thought he was. I was a little bit overhyping him when he did first drop. He's still a 6'11" point guard, 7'3" wingspan. But what I'm trying to say is, like, my number 1 card in the game compared to Jokic at 8, I really don't think is that big of a difference. Like, Jokic could go as high as number 1. Like, if you still want to say Jokic is the best card in the game, I definitely won't disagree with that. I do think Luka Doncic is at number 7, slightly better than Jokic. I just think his jump shot is a lot better in game, having the KPJ base with the Rudy Gay up around very quick timing. I think his movement's also slightly better. He just moves a lot quicker in game. Jokic sometimes does feel a little bit slow. And then he's also got the tray fade. He's got the quick drops off one. He's got the front clutches. Yes, he might not be 6'11" with a 7'3" wingspan and has that crazy good player model, but I think, in game, just all around, Luka Doncic is slightly better at the point guard position. At the number 6 spot though is going to be Pink Diamond Taco Fall. I mean, this card is still super overpowered, being 7'6" at power forward, 8'2" wingspan. Yes, he's a little bit slow with only 64 speed, 64 acceleration, but he plays so much faster in game. Like, he just runs up and down the court at a super high level. Like, he's super quick. He can knock down threes. He can defend like pretty much every other card in the game. He's just so overpowered, being 7'6" at that power forward position, and also has one of the best player models currently in the game. At the number 5 spot though is going to be Dark Matter Tracy McGrady. I mean, you guys probably know by now what T-Mac can do. He's a 6'8" shooting guard, 7'2" wingspan. Number 5 and number 4 is super close in my opinion, both amazing shooting guards. T-Mac though, I I think has an amazing jump shot, you know, with the KPJ base and the Oscar Robertson upper. I think this is the best jump shot in the game. On quick timing, it would be a little bit faster if it was on very quick. The one flaw with this card, not really flaw, but it's like, I just wish he had a little bit better dribble sigs. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of the T-Mac size up. It's definitely solid, but I wish he had like the Garland or the Kyle Lowry or maybe the Steve Francis would make this card a lot better in my opinion. And then also the Curry escape is really good for a lot of people. I know a lot of people do like the Steph Curry escape over the Trey. For me personally, I do like the Trey Young escape a little bit more than Curry. But at the number 4 spot is going to be the Dark Matter Terry Dischinger. Once again, number 5, number 4 in T-Mac and Terry is really just 1A, 1B for the shooting guard position, or 2A, 2B, I should say, because there's going to be one more shooting guard in this top 10 that I do think is slightly better than Terry and slightly better than T-Mac. But between Terry Dischinger and T-Mac, it really just comes down to preference and whose jump shot you prefer. If you can agree with this card's jump shot consistently, you know, Terry's release having the Carmelo Anthony upper compared to the Oscar upper, it's a little bit quicker. So I do like the fact that you can get it up a little bit quicker, and he's also got this Steve Francis size up, which I think is a ton better than T-Mac's size up. So I think all around, Terry Dischinger slightly better than T-Mac and the 4th best card in the game. At the number 3 spot though is going to be the Opal Yao Ming, still super dominant, being 7'6" with a 7'9" wingspan. I still go back and forth between Yao Ming, Terry Dischinger, and T-Mac of who's a better card, because I think all 3 of these cards are basically like on the same level. If you wanted to put T-Mac over Yao, or you wanted to put Terry Dischinger over Yao, I've probably said that in the past multiple times that I think T-Mac and Terry is better than Yao Ming. So I kind of just be flip-flopping because I really don't know who's the better card, because Yao Ming is still super dominant, you know, the best center in the game compared to all other centers, you know, like Kristaps, who's really good, Dikembe, Brook Lopez, Marc Gasol, all these great centers. Yao Ming is still at the top of his position, where compared to T-Mac and Terry Dischinger, I think there is one better shooting guard, which is the Dark Matter Tim Thomas. So at their position, I do like Yao Ming a little bit more than T-Mac and Terry. And Tim Thomas, the only reason why I like him a little bit more than Terry and T-Mac is the fact that he's 6'10" at the shooting guard spot, 7'2" wingspan, and he's just going to be bigger in game, because other than that, they're very similar cards. Like dribble sigs wise, he's also got the best dribble sigs in the game with the Steve Francis size up and the Trey Young escape. If you know how to use these sigs to their advantage, these are the best dribble sigs in the game. So compared to a card like T-Mac, who yes, still has amazing dribble sigs, such a good jump shot, probably a better release than Tim Thomas, but these dribble sigs really aren't on par, at least in my opinion, with Tim Thomas's sigs, with the Steve Francis size up and the Trey escape. For me, I really like his jump shot on very quick timing. He's also got the Trey fade, he's got amazing dunk packages, and also great defensive tendencies as well. So just all around, I think Tim Thomas is the 2nd best card in the game. And then at the number 1 spot, for me, I do think it's pretty obvious, and that's going to be the Dark Matter Hero Bol. I mean, he's just so overpowered and so glitchy at the small forward position, being 7'2" with a 7'7" wingspan. Is he worth his price? Most likely not, but I still think he's the best card in the game. He just does everything at such a high level. He's just an absolute demigod, you know, has a pretty good release, amazing dribble sigs for a 7'2" card at small forward, having the Kyle Lowry size up, the Trey escape, Dame behind the back. I mean, the card can knock down threes, he can create his own shot, he can drive to the basket, he can defend pretty much every single position in the game. You know, he can guard like the 1 through 4 unless you go up against a Taco Fall or another really tall power forward like a Kristaps. But even then, like, I think he can really hang in game, you know, with all those top big men in my team. Maybe not the Yao or the Tacos or those giant cards, but besides that, Bol is an elite defender with a great player model, great wingspan. He's 7'2" at small forward. Just all around, I do think is the best card currently in my team. But let me know in the comment section down below, like I said earlier, your guys' top 10 cards. Maybe if you don't do top 10, just do your top 5 or your top 3, and let me know who do you guys think is right now. If you're going to comment one thing, let me know who do you guys think is the best card currently in my team for you guys personally. It doesn't have to be my list or based off other people. Just for you guys, who do you think is the best card in the game? Is it Bol? Is it still Yao Ming? Is it T-Mac? Is it Jokic? Is it Luka? Let me know your guys' best card currently in the game. But hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.